You know, it doesn't get any easier discussing information like this, and I do assure you that the title is not clickbait. This is something that I noticed kind of transpiring yesterday when I got back from Ghana. I got back pretty early in the afternoon from Ghana when I was kind of perusing the Twitter feed, and I came across something that really caught my eye, the unbanning of a certain player that, to my knowledge, had done some rather nasty and reprehensible things, or said them rather. And to say I was surprised when I saw this person had apparently proven their innocence and has been unbanned is a bit of an understatement. So I'm not going to talk too much about it without showing you exactly what the hell I'm talking about. From the official Georgia Smash Twitter, the unbanning of John Rango Renew. Okay? So let's go ahead and just read this real quick. Originally banned for severe sexual misconduct online, it has come to light that the original evidence which led to the banning of Rango was fabricated, and the arrest has been made for identity fraud. An arrest has been made for identity fraud. So what does that mean? It means that the whole excuse that he had cooked up, like, yo, it wasn't me, I didn't say all these things, somebody's impersonating me, they're trying to smear me and make me look bad, apparently was true. At least, by this account, this first tweet from the Georgia Smash, which, I would assume you can only make a tweet and claim like this without Rango having proved his innocence in that regard in some manner. So that's just crazy right off the bat, but it does continue. While the court proceedings are still in process, we have no current evidence that the original ban still holds merit. We are recommending TOs cautiously allow Rango back at events at their discretion. If new evidence comes to light via the justice system or any other reports within the Smash scene, this ruling will be promptly reconsidered. This type of falsification of evidence and identity fraud is extremely rare and should not be used as precedent in any future cases. Victims or anyone with knowledge of current or previous misconduct of any player can and should report such claims in earnest to anyone in the Georgia scene. Well, there you have it. Wow, that is a bombshell. I mean, just to say the least, you know what I mean? And, you kind of look at, a comment here from Lenny says, they say, were the screenshots themselves fabricated or were the screenshots real, but sent by a fake account pretending to be Rango? I think this is important to publicly clarify so that the rage backlash doesn't get directed at the wrong people. To which they replied, the evidence we were shown was a fake account, real screenshots. So a couple people, a little bit shocked in this situation. It's funny. I remember at MomoCon a couple months ago, I thought I saw Rango walking around, and I didn't want to get on my gunna mode and go snitch or nothing like that, but I just thought to myself, like, well, I don't know if that's like a good idea for them to be here. I understand that MomoCon is not just a Smash event, it's a whole anime gaming expo cosplay type vibe, but still the thought did linger in the back of my head. But because it's a sea of people, I wasn't actually sure if it was him. But nonetheless, the TO confirmed, like, he wasn't at the tournament, at least for the Smash portion. So it is what it is. But let's take a look at some of these quote tweets, because that's where the meat of everything lies, guy, is the quote tweets. Now, I checked this out a little bit yesterday. Mr. E was somebody who popped up first. Mr. E very outspoken about a lot of stuff. Look at this comment right here. This is funny. His old screenshot from an old Rango tweet. Not your finest work there, guy. But anyway, Mr. E said, when I originally seen and researched this incident on my own, I saw that it had many telltales of being fabricated. However, to avoid being labeled as a potential victim blamer, I kept quiet. This man deserves an apology, and that won't even cut it. So Mr. E being vocal that, this situation definitely should not be overlooked and undermined. However, not everybody is in favor of the unbanning of Rango, and it's not because of this particular incident, but perhaps something from the past, as Meta Angel shares with us. No clue what evidence is being spoken about here, but I very clearly remember this man following me around SmashCon 2019 and making me uncomfortable with no remorse. I've seen and heard several stories of harassment towards women in both online and in person. Big effing mistake to unban. Okay. And as you kind of scroll through, you'll see people kind of posting this. I guess they're kind of memeing it at this point. It's an old post he made at some point. You know, I mean, okay. And then you see like some comments who are not, you know, in favor of this. Again, Euphoria Girl, I think I'm saying that right. Rango has been extremely creepy towards me at events and online. It is very worrisome to see that he's being unbanned. Unbanned him due to one liar. Magnitudes of other people share their experiences. Georgia Smash pics or it didn't happen. Well, here's the thing I will say about the pics or it didn't happen. I think the pics and it didn't happen is the whole case for why he's getting unbanned right now, because, you know, this man literally had an identity fraud case that seems to have been, you know, proven. So that's probably why they might be erring on the side of caution. Now, I'm not dismissing anybody's claims. I mean, you know, I'm not going to pretend like I couldn't see it being a thing, you know what I mean? Like, but obviously, I guess a lot of digging and maybe due diligence will be required. But nonetheless, I mean, you have to always keep in mind, like, if somebody's not feeling comfortable, they probably have a specific reason for that. So glad these ladies are, you know, getting their point across. And I hope, you know, maybe Rango's able to address that, or, you know, whoever's the powers that be of the Georgia Smash. Though I did notice, I was kind of scrolling earlier too, I noticed that they said we are not apologizing for anything. I think the guy kind of lined it up too somewhere. Yeah, he was replying to Mystery and he like made this long, you can thank Elon for this ability to make these long posts. You can go read that up yourself if you'd like to, from Grant Shopey, about why he believes that they made the correct decision. But Rango is back in these streets. He is online. He's tweeting, replying to people. He says, replied to this guy, Abe, the only reason I didn't believe it is because who the F would want to impersonate some random Ike player, but I can't believe it was actually true. To which Rango says, because it happens to more than Smash players. The person in question met me at anime cosplay conventions. This stuff becomes personal behind the scenes. They don't just do it to recognize people, which is a very scary thing nonetheless. But yeah, you kind of got to take this with a grain of salt. As I said, there are several ladies who are coming out to say, yeah, we're not comfortable with this. We think it's a mistake. He's been rather creepy towards us. And then you have other people who are just like, you know, glad the people who frame and defame others actually get arrested and held accountable. So some, you know, two sides of the coin right here. But Rango actually had sent me a DM while I was at Gommel. Of course, I just kind of ignored it, like, bro, what are you doing? And then I saw this, so I did reply because I was curious exactly like what the hell was going on. And he actually left me a voice message, and I'm going to play it right now so you can actually just hear his words. I think he is trying to be some sort of bastion for truth. You know, maybe it's a case of right message, wrong messenger. I don't really know, but you guys be the judge of it. Here it is.
Hey man, thanks. I actually don't know what to say via typing it. Honestly, if you can just Discord me and we can talk it out about what to say, that's cool. Right now, I mean, all I can really say is that it feels good to be back, and I'm looking forward to competing again. I also want this to be a precedent for anybody who has been hit with false allegations. They can come to me. I don't want people to go through the same thing that I did. If there's reason to believe that in their innocence, I will advocate for them in a way that allows me to provide them resources that can help them by going to the right channels, the police, a lawyer, what to say publicly, what to keep privately, communicating with trusted friends, and so forth. All things considered, I would love to have a one-on-one with you because there is a lot to discuss involving my case itself, how I got through this, who helped me, and especially directed towards the Smash community in terms of how people handled it, the harassment I had to endure, and all kinds of crap that I had to go through to get myself unbanned, and moreover, what I would love to change about it.
And those were direct words from Rango. Like I said, I inquired about it, you know, once I saw that unbanning. However, this was before I saw those kind of like quote tweets about like his further creepy behavior that obviously is like kind of separated from this particular instance, I believe. But nonetheless, I don't think anyone deserves to have their identity stolen, especially going on some sort of tirade of just heinous things being said. So, you know, it would appear at least that can of worms has kind of been cleared out, but a whole new can is right behind it, you know what I mean? So like definitely gonna have a lot of work to do. I don't think I'm particularly the person to handle that. I like to just kind of cover this type of news because my audience is very much so tapped into the Twitterverse or the Xverse, whatever the hell we're calling it now. Good job, Elon, dumbass. But as per usual, I want to hear from you guys in the comments below. What do you think about this crazy case? You know, how it's being resolved, how it's being handled, and then some of these new people coming out with different claims that are going to have some kind of problems with this unbanning. You already know, man. Like, comment, subscribe. You know the vibes, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.